Good Thursday evening, and I hope you had a great and Merry Christmas, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And today, boy, a lot like yesterday, all right? Some clouds out there. Another beautiful kind of black and white shot today from our Sky-Fi Tower camera, looking down at the Wenatchee, or parts of the valley. You can see the Columbia River down at the bottom of your screen. This might be the Kashmir area. I think it is, but we did see plenty of clouds out there today, and we will see clouds tonight with a chance of flurries. And matter of fact, this is how the rest of our week shapes up. And Friday and through the upcoming weekend, we'll see some clouds and maybe some fog each morning. We did see that this morning around parts of north central Washington. There is a chance for light snow Friday. Let's just say right through Sunday, because I think Saturday will be our best chance for some snow here in the Wenatchee Valley. High temperatures in the mid to upper 30s with lows in the 20s. We'll have much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An East Wenatchee man serving 5 years for domestic assault must be resentenced in Douglas County. 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier is one of several lawmakers being targeted by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce over their votes on the Lower Drug Costs Now Act. And the Washington Supreme Court ruled unanimously today that it's a driver's duty to continuously signal their intent to turn beforehand. We'll tell you more about that. But first, we begin tonight. First, he admitted the crime. Then he said he wanted a trial. Now, the Everett man who caused a wildfire near Manson said he'll enter a guilty plea. 18-year-old Michael Petrovich Popov is charged with felony first-degree arson. Attorneys now say he'll plead next week to a lesser charge of reckless burning. Popov allegedly admitted to sheriff's deputies that he used an explosive mortar to blow up a mailbox July 6th on Upper Joe Creek Road. That explosion led to a 14-acre brush fire. Prosecutors want Popov to reimburse local fire districts more than $37,000 for the costs of fighting that fire. Well, an East Wenatchee man serving 5 years for domestic assault must be resentenced in Douglas County. The State Court of Appeals says lawyers miscalculated the term Elias Vargas would have to spend in prison when a jury convicted him of first-degree assault, harassment, and witness tampering. Vargas choked and threatened his partner in 2018 while she was pregnant. He was ordered to spend 61 months in prison, but his new sentence is likely to be lesser range of 43 to 57 months. 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier is one of several lawmakers being targeted by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce over their votes on the Lower Drug Costs Now Act. Among other things, H.R. 3 would allow the government to negotiate with prescription drug makers on the prices of some of their higher-priced medications. The House passed the bill December 12th, with all Democrats voting in favor and all but 2 Republicans opposed. In targeting Schreier, the U.S. Chamber claims government price controls would stifle life-saving research while costing Washington State more than 10,000 jobs and threaten more than 700,000 jobs nationwide. After its passage, Schreier, a doctor, said it would provide vital relief to people who depend on prescription drugs.
Right now, Americans pay, on average, 3 to 4 times what our neighbors in Canada or people in France, Germany, England, Australia, and Japan pay for their medications. We should not be subsidizing the rest of the developed world's medications. And that's why we just passed H.R. 3, the Lower Drug Costs Now Act. This is groundbreaking legislation that will make a meaningful difference in the lives and in the health of Americans in every one of our districts. Here are the pillars of this bill. It gives Medicare the power to negotiate the cost of prescription drugs. This will start with insulin and the most expensive medications. It then extends those lower prices to private payers, so everybody wins. No longer will American seniors and families be forced to pay more for our medications than what the drug companies charge for the exact same drugs overseas. It also caps out-of-pocket medication expenses for seniors at $2,000 a year. Many seniors live on a fixed income, and no senior should have to choose between taking their medication or putting food on the table. This bill saves taxpayers more than $500 billion.
The bill is almost certain to die in the Senate, and the Trump administration has vowed to veto H.R. 3. Well, it's official. You absolutely must use your turn signal when turning a corner or changing lanes. The Washington Supreme Court ruled unanimously today that it's a driver's duty to continuously signal their intent to turn beforehand. The case arose from a Kennewick DUI case in which a driver who didn't signal in a turn lane got pulled over and then blew a 0.26% on his breath test. Lower court said he did not have to signal and dismissed the DUI charge. The Supreme Court ruling means his case goes back to Benton County courts. And the rest of us have to keep those signals blinking. Coming up next, outgoing Wenatchee Executive Services Director Allison Williams reflects on her 21 years of service in a recent interview with NCWLIFE Steve Hare. The Wenatchee School District will enter the new year with 2 empty seats on its 5-member school board. And Grant County Sheriff's deputies caught a repeat offender on Christmas Eve, and I'll give you a hint, he's green. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs. Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Being able to support yourself and your family is an important part of who we are. We all need to know we're able to provide ourselves with a secure future. Some job seekers have a harder time finding work. That's why Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is here, a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to help people find work. When you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you're really being a job creator, and that's a good thing for everyone's future. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Welcome back. In another news,
I think back to that process, and that was very, very hard for my family, and I will never forget that.
outgoing Wenatchee City Executive Services Director Allison Williams reflects on her 21 years of service in a recent interview with NCWLIFE Steve Hare. Williams is relocating to Moses Lake, where she's accepted the job of its city administrator. Looking back on her tenure at Wenatchee City Hall, Williams remembers her involvement in promoting the development of the Town Toyota Center as one of the darkest periods in her career. In 2013, she and others involved in the arena's $42 million bond sale were accused of misleading investors by the Federal Securities and Exchange Commission. Williams says the memory of that event still haunts her today.
I think the thing I would say about the Town Toyota Center is every big economic development is a risk game, and there are people in the middle of all of those things, and I think back to that process, and that was very, very hard for my family, and I will never forget that part, because family's what it's all about. And I think communities need to remember that at the heart of all of these projects are people. And in today's era of social media, and as I've seen even the comments that have surfaced in this new transition that I'm making to Moses Lake, I think it behooves our community to remember that there are people at the heart of all of these things. And my work has always been about other people, building their capacity, and trying to bring about the projects that are going to make them successful.
The SEC's settlement also named the developer Global Entertainment and its then president and CEO Richard Kozubak, the underwriter Piper Jaffray and Company, and its lead investment banker Jane Towery. All the respondents neither admitted nor denied the SEC's findings. Well, the Wenatchee School District will enter the new year with 2 empty seats on its 5-member school board. Thus far, 4 people have applied to fill those vacancies with the deadline of January 6th for people to apply. Superintendent Paul Gordon sat down with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz recently and said the importance of filling those positions cannot be overstated.
We're excited about this opportunity to be able to ask our community members to step forward, to serve. And what a great place to serve. And a great opportunity to serve students and staff members and do good work for our community. So I'm excited about it. I think our board's excited about it. I think if people have questions, they should reach out to our current board members and really ask them about the work that they're doing to get an understanding what does it mean to be a board member, because most people don't know. And that's why I'm always encouraging people to reach out to our current board members.
All you have to do, from a legal standpoint, you have to be a registered voter in the state of Washington. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to live within the physical confines of the Wenatchee School District. Outside of that makes you eligible. But that's just the baseline. After that, it's a commitment of time. It's a passion. It takes a certain kind of person to do this, right?
It does, and it's a person who sees the big picture. Somebody, board members aren't doing the day-to-day work. They have one employee, and that is me, the superintendent. And through that, they work through policies, they work through budgets, they work through the really big issues of a school district, setting that vision and mission. And we have big work going on in the coming months and years ahead of us. The board is going to be talking about, do they want to go forward with a new bond? Do we have, we have some of our facilities challenges. So that this next board will be talking about those issues. Our finances continue to be an issue that the board has to grapple with. At the end of the day, it's the board who votes on the budget and sets that direction. We're in the process of setting a new strategic plan. One of the most important things that our board does is set that direction for a school district. So this is that time for those community members who feel like they can give back to the community. This is a great opportunity to throw your name into the hat.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Find your holiday gifts at Antique Mall at Cashmere this holiday season. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone, from coin enthusiasts to avid collectors. For do-it-yourselfers, this is the place to find your next repurposing project. What a great way to make your holiday gifts for someone special, using your keen eye to make something old and new again. Discover your next holiday gift in the Antique Mall at Cashmere. Stop on by today.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
When it comes to our community, you can count on Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to be invested. From supporting community college scholarships through a concert series or participating in a local high school homecoming event, Town Chrysler has always put the community first. Buying local supports the jobs and programs you care about most. When it comes time to buy your next new or used car, SUV, or truck, remember, there's no reason to leave town.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson introduces us to Bright Eyes the cat.
Hey everyone, Megan here with the NCWLIFE channel. We're here with Renee Parkins at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and Bright Eyes is joining us this week. He's a little shy, so he's going to stay in his kennel right now. Can you tell us about Bright Eyes?
Yeah, so Bright Eyes was brought in with 3 other cats. Their person passed away, and so he is the last one. He's gone through some changes and tough times. He's having a little bit of a struggle at the shelter. He's kind of shy, but what we found out is once he warms up to you, he loves pets on the head, but he's going to need the person who really understands what a shy cat entails. A very quiet household, as you saw, just us talking in here kind of made him nervous because he's not used to us. So he's going to need a quiet home with adults only. He does like other cats, so that's a plus. We don't know about dogs, but he is so handsome and he is so ready for a new home.
And if someone's interested in adopting him, what should they do?
They just need to come down to the shelter. They can take him into one of our meet and greet rooms, get to know him, make sure he's going to be that right fit. And he might be one of those ones that you kind of warm up to at their cat condo. He also is declawed, so he would be an indoor only cat, so that's a really important factor to them.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And once again, I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas yesterday. Pretty quiet weather yesterday if you did some traveling around the area. Today, a good day to travel as well. As we take a look outside our weather window, what a beautiful shot. Looking down at the Wenatchee Valley, of course, the George Seller Bridge, East Wenatchee and Wenatchee, and the beautiful Cascade foothills. It wasn't a bad day for December 26th today, although still a little bit on the cool side. But as we take a look at our unofficial high today, we were right where we should be, but it felt cold out there today, didn't it? 23 was our low, almost exactly where we should be for this time of year at 22. Record high 56 in 1980, record low 5 degrees, and that was set in 2008. Sunrise this morning 7:47, and the sunset will be at 4:16, and we're gaining time now. It'll be 4:17 tomorrow. Won't that be nice? Tomorrow's forecast, as we take a look at Friday, not much different than today, except a little bit warmer out there, 36, so mid-30s, mainly from Moses Lake, Ephrata into Quincy. We will see 34 in Wenatchee, 33, and a little bit breezy down in Ellensburg, lower 30s for Leavenworth, Cashmere, Eniat, and Chelan. Omak, you will see a high tomorrow of 32 degrees. Let's take a look at that surface loop now, and tonight we can expect mostly cloudy skies. We will see a 30% chance for snow showers developing. That's all along this frontal boundary that's lined through British Columbia and through most of Washington State. Here's our band of snow. I think we could be white as we wake up tomorrow morning if we do see it and if it makes it over the Cascades into our area. Kind of a break from all of that as most of the snow moves into Montana. A little bit of lingering snow shower activity in the Cascades for Friday. Not much happening, but then our chance for snow increases once again as we move into the upcoming weekend. Mostly cloudy. Here's our 30% chance for snow showers. Some fairly heavy rain back west too into the Seattle area for Saturday. Sunday, our 30% chance of snow goes up to 40%, and I think Sunday with some warmer temperatures we'll see a rain-snow mix because it will be very, very mild, dragging some warm southwest air in, and that means temperatures in the 40s for us by the end of the weekend. Monday, we're still going to be mild, and we're still going to stay with a slight chance for a rain-snow mix, about a 20% chance on Monday, although I think we'll be partly cloudy. And look at these rain showers on New Year's Eve. This is very heavy rain in the Seattle area. Here at home, about a 40% chance for more of a rain-snow mix. So if you are traveling on I-90 or anywhere west on New Year's Eve, could get a little tricky out there. That includes us, of course. On Wednesday, New Year's Day, partly cloudy skies. It will be a much quieter weather day with dry conditions and mild high temperatures. On Wednesday to start the new year, we could be looking at high temperatures near 40 degrees. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 25, the overnight low tonight, 34 for tomorrow. Friday will really be our calmest and quietest day of all 7-day forecast, mostly sunny, and then a 20% chance for snow on Saturday. That goes up to 40% on Sunday. A rain-snow mix Monday, a 30% chance of that, and 35. And then a nice warm-up as we get into closer to the new year. A 40% chance for a rain-snow mix on New Year's Eve. And then by New Year's Day, a very nice day. Partly cloudy and mild with a high temperature then near 40. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Some jobs are a calling. They require something deeper, an innate devotion to the communities in which we live. At Gisa Credit Union, we help you support local firefighters. With every purchase you make with a Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select firefighter organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Gisa Firefighters Affinity debit card.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
It's a marvelous markdown at Sangster Buick GMC.
Hi, Corey Sangster, and we're ending the year with a bang. Take advantage of employee pricing on a great selection of new Buick and GMCs. 2019 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew SLT with savings over $11,000. Or this 2019 Buick Encore all-wheel drive up to $7,000 off. Or choose employee pricing. Before you buy, compare price, service, and selection.
December is a marvelous markdown at Sangster Buick GMC or sangstermotors.com.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. Hope you had a good Christmas yesterday. To all those who are close to him, they'll say Marshawn Lynch is very happy to be back with the Seahawks, but the 12-year NFL veteran is still very shy around the media. So it's not surprising that his first press conference after signing to help the Seahawks through the playoffs was all of 14 seconds.
Thank you. Yep.
What brought you back this time?
Happy holidays. Merry New Year. Y'all have a great day. It's a great feeling to be back. Thank you.
Yep, that's it. But Lynch is one whose actions speak louder than words. He'll let others do the talking while he just goes out and plays. Linebacker Bobby Wagner is happy to see beast mode back.
See those guys back in the building is definitely pretty cool. So excited to see those guys run the ball again, and we'll go from there.
How is Marshawn a different person now than when he left in 2015?
I think naturally you mature with age, and you go away, and like you said, he's traveled and seen a lot, done a lot, been in Oakland a little bit. Seems like he's in a different country every single time I text him. So I think he's experienced a lot, and he has a lot of knowledge to give to everybody in the room.
You played against him last year. Do you think can he still be kind of the Marshawn Lynch of old on the field? Do you think? Or?
I definitely feel like anything this dude puts his mind to it, he can get it done. So I'm excited to have him back. Excited to see him run the ball. And like I said, whenever he puts his jersey and pads on, he's a guy that no one wants to tackle, no matter how long he's taking off.
Also happy to see Marshawn Lynch back in a Seahawks uniform is head coach Pete Carroll.
He brings a lot to the table. He's as physical a player as I've ever been around, as great a competitor as I've ever been around, and so when you get to add somebody like that, to your team, it only helps and enhances kind of the mentality that we already cherish anyway. So. We'll find out how he can play and how he does. It's been a little while off. He looks great in the first couple looks at him as far as his conditioning and all of that. His weight's down. He's in a really good spot for coming and going for it. He was very serious about getting ready for this opportunity, and the stroke of misfortune in some regards really opens up a door, which it happens at times, and he's ready to take full opportunity at hand and see what he can do to help us.
Lynch and former Seahawks running back Robert Turman were signed Tuesday to help fill in the gaps left with injuries to running backs Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, and C.J. Prosise. Seattle will certainly need all the help it could get when San Francisco comes to town Sunday for the regular season finale. NFC West is on the line, as well as the potential for the number 1 playoff seed in the NFC. Kickoff at 5:20 on NBC. Well, the Cougars are preparing in Phoenix, getting ready for tomorrow's Cheez-It Bowl against Air Force. Washington State coach Mike Leach says having a little extra time has helped his defense prepare for the triple option attack offense.
Well, I think it's challenging. It's a challenging offense because everybody's got to do their job and do their assignment, and that's what's key is to synchronize it all and everybody do what they're coached to do.
Air Force obviously runs it well. How do you make sure that you're able to stop it, but more importantly, make sure that they don't have elongated drives and you're able to get the ball back to your offense?
Well, I guess the same way we do. I think both offenses present their challenges, but you can't overlook the defenses because both defenses have been preparing for quite a while too.
Does that help having more than a week to be able to prepare for this squad?
Probably. I don't know for sure, but it probably does. As long as everybody's you're getting good, crisp work, which I thought we did.
Washington State and Air Force kick off in the Cheez-It Bowl tomorrow night at 7:15. You can watch the game on ESPN. Well, a few of our area high school basketball teams are back in action tonight after the holiday break. Girls basketball, Wenatchee facing Lewiston in the first round of the Avista tournament in Clarkston. The Waterville-Mansfield girls are in the Palouse to face Garfield Blues coming up tonight at 6:30. Eastmont and Wenatchee boys also in Clarkston for the Avista tournament. Wildcats earlier today facing Walla Walla. Wenatchee taking on Lewiston tonight at 7:30. And we have hockey night tonight here on the NCWLIFE channel. Tonight's game features the Wild and the Salmon Arm Silverbacks from the Town Toyota Center back on Friday the 13th. Our checker has the call starting at 7 o'clock here on your television home of the Wenatchee Wild, the NCWLIFE channel. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, Grant County Sheriff's deputies caught a repeat offender on Christmas Eve. The Sheriff's Office posted a humorous video on Tuesday of K-9 Deputy Hawk and his handlers taking down the Grinch as he tried to steal Christmas from a residential home. The purloined presents were recovered, and we assume the perpetrator's heart won't be growing too many sizes while he serves time in jail. Now let's check with Dan Coons for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. We invite you to start your weekend the local way right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. My guests tomorrow will be Leslie Freitag from the Pybus Public Market and Carol Andre from Wenatchee Parks Recreation and Cultural Services. We're talking all things Pybus for the new year. We'll also talk a little bit about the upcoming Winter Special Olympics, the Polar Plunge, and a whole bunch more. It's an interview we taped at Pybus, and you don't want to miss that. That's my guest tomorrow, plus everything you're used to, and that all-important weekend weather forecast, which, quite frankly, isn't very much. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live tomorrow from this very studio starting at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Look forward to it. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.